So in season 2 of The Last of Us, it starts off where we're introduced to it's 5 years later from the end of season 1,
Right.
and Ellie, is that her name? Ellie.
Yes.
Ellie.
She's even more insufferable because she's a brooding 19-year-old, which I think is great. So she doesn't live with Pedro. She lives in the garage in the back. So and he's like what did I do? I'm just trying to protect her. So there's that dynamic going on. And then she's got a new best friend played by Isabella Merced, and I thought Isabella did a fantastic debut job. And then there's that storyline that's emerging that they're going to be they get together by the end of episode 1. I thought it was solid. I thought it introduced us back into this world, and there's this whole thing with people complaining that Joel's in therapy with Catherine O'Hara, the great actress Catherine O'Hara. You remember her?
Oh, sure.
What a great actress. So she's the therapist, and boy,
she's Beetlejuice, Catherine O'Hara, right?
Catherine O'Hara, Beetlejuice, Home Alone.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
the first episode, which is called Future Days. It's a setup for obviously for what's going to happen with these storylines, and obviously that the horde or they go through these roots that they create, the roots in the ground. That it's showing up in their Montana enclave, like the town that they've built around, because they assume because of the cold weather they can't make it that far, the horde and their disease, but they're there and it's creeping up. They're as much, so I really liked it. I think Pedro's performance was fantastic. I think it's hilarious what he's doing with Joel as a kind of like a sad dad. There's one scene though that's too much on the nose, even for me. So there's a dance scene in spoiler guys, where we see Ellie and Isabella's character Annie, I believe. Correct, Annie?
Mm-hmm.
They get together and they're dancing, and she thinks this whole time that Isabella's character will never go for her because she's straight. And lo and behold, she's not, and they start kissing as they're dancing. Fine, whatever. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I thought it was cute. I thought it was fine. That's the character. Here, Chris, is where I'm like, guys, you didn't need that Druckmann little additive there. There's an older white guy who says to them, hey, this is a family event, and they're like, okay. And first they meant like PDA, like you're like you don't like us kissing,
right? Yeah.
And then Isabella's like, all right, got you, like stop looking at us, weirdo. And they continue to dance, and I think Ellie starts walking away. She's not happy, but then the guy goes, "You bunch of dykes."
Is that what happens in the game? Because I know that's a cut scene straight out of the game, isn't it?
Oh, really? I don't know. All I know is
the dancing. I know is
it is terribly done.
Yeah,
you didn't need it because it's already kind of that shit's outdated,
right?
To me, right? It's like but then Pedro's character comes in and kind of like takes the guy down because again, Pedro's trying to be protective, right?
Sure.
And I get it. And then Ellie is like mad at him and publicly puts him down. I'm like, what the hell? You didn't need to do that. So I had problems with that scene. Okay, even I'll admit that. It's like, hey, why? Come on, man. Why? First of all, why are we? what are we saying with this little community that you have, that you're trying, you know, like you're trying to fight off the horde, but hey, you dykes, you can't dance here.
There's some zombies out here. You know, what are you worried about what we're doing? Yeah.
Yeah. It was a really unfortunate thing because to me, it kind of like pegged down the writing, pegged down the storytelling. It's like, really, you're gonna go there? And I don't know if that's in Druckmann's stuff. I don't know Druckmann's stuff, Fletcher. So you tell me.
Yeah, that's what one of the reasons the game had such a fierce backlash, because even the game mechanics were a little bit wonky. But I think most of the argument was the characters were not being the characters, which is one thing a lot of people. I'm in the spectrum, right? And so a lot of people like us, we go to games because of the mechanics, because it's a world where we know where the mechanics work. And when you take characters who we sympathize with, or who we spend hundreds of hours with,
Joel,
what do you do when in the next iteration of the game, we now don't recognize the character because he doesn't behave. When Ellie doesn't behave the way Ellie behaves. When Joel doesn't behave, Joel behaves. When you have this other people who are like, okay, now the villains of the story, which, like, you know, the main villains of the story now are supposed to be sympathized with.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what? So they committed atrocities, but now they're good because the one chick that's in love with the other chick and is a girlfriend. Now it just makes no sense. So now we're going nuts because you took something that doesn't make sense and resonate in our ADHD, you know, dyslexic mind. You now made us like, it's like, you know, you just learn the American, you know, alphabet, and now you're giving us Cyrillic. And we went nuts. And I think that's why a lot of the hate it wasn't just that you messed something up. You messed something up to the point where we have no clue what's going on. So it had a big effect.
The hate was because
That's fair
Naughty
enough.
Dog's response to that criticism was, you're just bigots.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which told you right then that this is why you did that. This was not you trying to improve the game for the enjoyment of the game. This was you bringing your liturgy to the game.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, maybe, and then I think they're probably have crossed that point now where it's like, you know, the Druckmann.
Well, it is what it is. I mean,
right, but he's like, we have a new audience. We don't care about you guys.
That's right. Well, and that's, you know, it's the vegan restaurant. You got it. People are going to come and enjoy it.